right, time now to check in with our political analyst.
Yeah, Political Brew host Phil Hirschkorn joining us with a few guests, Jason Levesque and Ken Altshuler, tonight in our newsroom for a little breakdown of what we know so far about the election. Hey, guys.
Well, Brian and Bailey, let me just first give our audience the latest numbers at 9:22 p.m. About a quarter of the vote has been counted, both on question 1 and question 2. And the margins are about the same, about 60% to 40% on question 1, that's the voter ID and absentee voting question. Right now, it is losing 60-40. And question 2, the proposed red flag law, is winning by about 58% to 42%. Again, that's with about 25% of the vote coming in. And Ken and Jason, are you surprised by the margins so far and how similar they are when we thought perhaps question 2 might be closer than question 1? Ken, let's start with you.
So exactly. I mean, Jason and I disagreeing on how we voted. We voted differently, and the way I voted is prevailing. We both predicted this would be the result, not by this margin. I have to say a 60-40 margin, which won't be the end result. End results could be 17-18% difference, or maybe as low as 15%. That's still huge. I don't think either one of us, speaking for me, Jason, I never thought it'd be that kind of margin. I get the question 1, the confusion about, not the confusion, but the disagreement about absentee ballot voting kind of offset the voter ID. Question 2, it was about safety. Even though they were saying, well, it may confuse people, they were voting for an issue of safety, right or wrong. And the margins are very surprising to me.
So in Portland here, largest city, and by the way, we don't have Bangor or Lewiston, Auburn, South Portland, or Augusta yet, but in Portland, 83-17 roughly on question 1 and 88-12. I mean, these are more than blowouts on question 2. But it's interesting, we looked at some rural towns in northern Maine, and the numbers there are quite intriguing, aren't they?
Yeah, it was very interesting to look at the rural voter counts and the results. I would have expected a lot more. The margin should have been much higher on yes on 1 and no on 2. And that's really where those two campaigns focused their activity. Towns that had a hunting culture, towns that were more rural, more Republican leaning, even independents were Republican leaning. That didn't materialize. Now there's some outliers. One great outlier, fascinating, it's not northern Maine, it's North Yarmouth and Cumberland. Take a look at those numbers when they're finalized tomorrow, but they're complete polar opposites, and they share a school system, they share a border, they share a lot of public service, but they couldn't be any more different.
But those northern rural towns, it's not that they're not, the other side didn't come through enough. They're losing across the board. Madawaska, Lubick, Jay, Camden, 85-15, just like Portland. I mean, it's they're running the table, and all the municipalities.
And when Jason and I were looking at the numbers at 8 o'clock, what we both said was, if this is not doing better in the rural areas, it's going to go down. I mean, we very quickly, in the first 15 minutes, saw the trend, which was surprising and shocking, and told the story of what was going to happen and what I think will be the end result.
It's the tail of the tape. It's classic, and they needed to be running up those numbers and building a bank of votes for question 1 and against question 2 in those rural areas in central Maine, basically Congressional District 2. They did not do that.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. We'll have more analysis in the next hour and with more returns. Brian and Bailey, back to you.
Guys, thank you so much. We'll see you at 10.